The first time I ever saw Michael Jordan was in 1981 at the McDonald's All-American game in Wichita, Kansas. As soon as I saw him on the court, he was different. Every practice session was like Game 7. And he did that relentlessly every single session. Okay, he's dominating us. He's the best player in the gym by far. We see this. But can he do it against NBA players at that next level? 1984 Olympic team, we went on somewhat of an NBA tour against NBA All-Stars to prepare for the Olympics in LA. All the stars showed up. Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin McHale. The best player on the court was Michael Jordan, this junior from the University of North Carolina. And I think ultimately, it was the preview of the greatest player of all time coming on the scene.
Known by many as the basketball capital of the world, Indiana is a fitting home for our contest tonight.
To the exhibition game. The starting lineup for Team USA. A 6'1" sophomore from Washington, D.C. and Duke University, number 24, Pete Reynolds. A 6'4" senior from Barberton, Ohio, at the University of Arkansas, number 8, Brooke Grant. A 6'9" senior from Brandon, Florida, and Vanderbilt University, number 18, Jeff Turner. A 6'7" sophomore from Brantley, Alabama, and Auburn University, number 45, Chuck Person. A 7-foot junior from Cambridge, Massachusetts, and Georgetown University, number 6, Patrick Ewing. A 6'1" freshman from Newcastle, Indiana. He plays at Indiana University. Number 4, Steve Alford. A 6'5" junior from Wilmington, North Carolina. Number 9, Michael Jordan. A 6'6" junior from Brooklyn, New York, and St. John's University, number 13, Chris Mullen. A 6'9" sophomore from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the University of Oklahoma, number 12, Wayman Tisdale. A 6'9" senior from Latham, New York, and the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, number 14, Sam Perkins.
Welcome, everyone. Joined by Clark Kellogg and Coach Mike Fratello. I'm Kevin Harlan. With us on the sidelines, David Aldridge. We're all set here for what promises to be an exciting exhibition game between Team USA and Mike, a squad of NBA stars.
That's right, Kev. Team USA, of course, the team assembled from amateur talents across the country, which will go on to compete in the games this summer. Lots of young guys looking to make a splash in this one.
Our Team USA has its work cut out for them, taking on these NBA stars.
No kidding. You got that right. Just look at the roster for the NBA stars, and you'll see that the name is very appropriate. These are some of the best players the league has to offer. A bunch of big-name talent on their bench.
The best of the best, you're right. Out there for Team USA, we've got Steve Alford and Michael Jordan at the 1 and 2. Then Chris Mullen at the small forward. Wayman Tisdale at power forward. And down low, it's Sam Perkins. And out there for the NBA stars, Isaiah Thomas is running things at the point, with Jim Paxson and Mark Aguirre at the 2 and 3. And then it's teammates Larry Bird and Robert Parrish filling out the front court.
We know this game doesn't go on anybody's record, but you can tell these players aren't about to come out here and just make each other look good. I think that speaks to the quality of the players on these two squads. These are all true competitors.
Paxson against Jordan. And it's Parrish finishing it off.
That's why Jim Paxson piles up the big assist numbers. How about that dish?
Mike, it only makes this game more interesting to watch as a fan. Clark, the fact that both teams are playing for keeps is so interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think this contest is going to be full of a lot of up and down basketball. If you blink, you're going to miss it. I'm expecting a lot of high-intensity, high-effort play for both sides to be pushing themselves to be at their best.
Clark, there's so much to be excited about watching this unique matchup. But the biggest question is the most obvious one. And that's who's going to win this game.
Look, I don't want to be a guy that fudges on picks, but it could go either way, Kevin. I mean, Team USA has a lot of hungry and ambitious young talents, but don't expect the NBA stars just to show up and roll over. I think they also want to win this thing.
They got a lot of pride, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Pulls it from the elbow. Rebounded by the Stars. Pass to Parrish. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Steve Alford.
You know, in so many ways, Robert Parrish is a big man's big guy. Dominant down in the paint, focuses on high percentage shots, runs the floor well, and does a good job rim protecting. This guy rebounds, too.
One guy we're going to keep a close eye on tonight, Mike, and this one is Michael Jordan out of North Carolina with a ton of promise.
And everyone wants to see how he measures up against real pros. No better time to get a sense of what he might be capable of in the NBA.
Here's Tisdale, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, that's an easy, effortless make right at the rim.
Yeah, you know this. You usually get only looks like this in the layup line. The defense has to make it harder on him right there.
And unfamiliar opponents tonight. That adds some intrigue as we go to David Aldridge for more.
Thanks very much. Now, both squads are excited to check out their future competition. The USA, they can't wait to test themselves against the likes of Larry Bird, and the NBA stars are very curious to see what Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing can do. They know they're dealing with potential rivals in their professional careers in this one. Back to you.
Good stuff, David. Thank you. Mike, I think we expected that might be the case.
A terrific chance to do some feeling out. And it's really no shock to hear the NBA vets want a closer look at these young incoming talents.
They got to be curious, right? My goodness.
They hear about them all year.
Right.
Both teams here are dealing with unfamiliar lineups, playing with guys they usually play against. It'll be interesting to see how they adapt to best fit that.
Well, Mike, to me, it simply looks like a glorified high-level playground game. I mean, you got to make adjustments on the fly, adapt to one another. For Team USA and the NBA stars, that's going to be the case. If something isn't working, the coach just has to be adaptable.
Jordan, the pass to Alford. Here's Perkins, and good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Fighting hard for the second chance look. Perkins knows completing the play is worth the effort.
Outside, Aguirre. Passes it to Paxson. Looks for Parrish, gets it to him. Thomas feeling it out a bit. Inside. That one falls, coming off of Paxson's speed. Paxson's got 3 assists in the game.
Right away, you're impressed by the play of Team USA. This squad may be built from amateur pieces, but all of these guys are at or close to a true NBA skill level.
Mike, I don't think there's any question about it. Some of these guys are definitely going to leave the summer games headed to the league. So you do expect them to be playing at close to a pro level even now. But I have to agree with you, this just isn't some scrappy university team we're looking at.
Maguire, good.
Right off the pass. Good work by Maguire, getting himself all set up to go before he even has the ball.
Jordan inside. Guarded by Paxson. The shot by Jordan, no good. And the Stars leading by 3. Parrish dishes to Thomas. The high post shot. Perkins pulls it in. Rebounded by Perkins, something he's become very good at while at UNC. Jordan can't get it to go. And here's the Stars.
You know, something that could give the NBA Stars an edge are the little things. Oftentimes I say the playing things are the main things, and you learn that as a pro. Little attention to detail type stuff, like playing a strong transition game or being able to read and anticipate where a play is going. That's stuff that pros do.
You might just see more high IQ plays coming from the NBA Stars. They'll be a little more calculated with their approach, where Team USA might try to just get things done with sheer willpower and effort.
To the middle, here's Parrish. It's rebounded by Perkins. Perkins got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Michael Jordan attacking right away, looking to get something going here.
Pretty good display of strength by Jordan there. Absorbed the contact and still able to nail the shot.
Team USA shooting their first foul shot of the night. Reed the pass to Paxson. Here is Seasting. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
A big part of Team USA's strategy has to be making the NBA Stars earn their looks. Nothing easy. If they give up quality shots, you know these pros are going to knock them down. So they've got to take away those easy, good looks.
Good on the shot. Ewing's got the lead up to 1 now for Team USA.
Boy, down low, Ewing's strength gives him the upper hand. He's pretty agile as well, helping him push through the contact.
Seasting passes to McHale. Down low, Williams. And then Williams slams it in.
Showing off some big-time athleticism and adding a little extra flair as well on that dunk.
Just like you, Clark, you used to say, hey, if you've got it, flaunt it. And you did.
Let it flow. Let it flow.
Well, thankfully, he made it. But I'm sure his coach would like a more cautious approach in that situation.
Coach, no question Team USA is going to have to work overtime to effectively defend the NBA Stars.
Well, outworking the pros might just be the key. Team USA is full of energetic young guys. So all-out effort on that end could be the difference maker.
Oh, good from Ewing. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the NBA Stars. 3-point lead. Here's Alford. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And Turner kicks to Jordan. Shoots over Reed. And once again off the mark by Team USA.
Something that's really making this game special is this crowd. I'm told it's over 60,000 people who packed in here to see Team USA take on the NBA Stars. And the D got super lucky he didn't drain that one.
And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. 60,000 people. I mean, that's enormous. For a rare look, Clark, at so many amazing players.
And Kevin, it's not surprising at all that many are salivating for this matchup.
2 shots.
And I'm sure there are plenty of you folks at home who couldn't be here in person,
Substitution
but
on
you're
the
making just as much noise as these fans are in the building.
And now we can enjoy it together. Me, Mike Clark, and all of you. Catching up on the changes for the NBA stars. Whitman is checked in for Reed. Woodson comes in for Paxson. And Thomas subbed in for Seasting. Team USA also making some changes. Concat comes in for Turner. And Mullins subbed in for Person. Well, looks like Jordan Clark may be struggling a little against these NBA stars.
Hey, we can't deny the fact this is a bigger challenge than he's used to, Kevin. I mean, these NBA stars are not holding back at all. And nothing's going to be easy for him in this one.
Nope. Pass break. It's the NBA star. Down it goes. Nice one there from Whitman.
Great possession there. He ends up with a look right at the rim.
Team USA trails by 4. To the paint. And there's Patrick Ewing on the assist by Jordan.
Michael Jordan with the assist.
Jordan's got 3 assists tonight.
Man, what a shot from Ewing. Fought through the contact and knock it home.
Thomas finds Williams. Here's Whitman. And Ewing with the block. Stars able to keep the ball here as it goes out of bounds. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Such great timing, defensive awareness, too. When you have to face a defender that can reject you like this, it certainly can change your approach.
For the Stars,
Substitution on the court.
Robert Parrish is checked in for Williams. And Larry Bird subbed for Kevin McHale. Bird outside. All alone. Team USA grabs the miss.
You really can't overstate how many exciting rising stars there are on this Team USA roster. Dynamic college athletes, many of whom already have big NBA expectations attached to them.
Whitman passes to Thomas. Here's Woodson. Guarded by Jordan. Plenty of space. And it's Woodson missing. Guys like Perkins and Jordan and Ewing all seem like, to me, Clark, potential first-round picks.
And I agree, Kevin. And it's a very interesting thought to consider while you watch how they handle these NBA stars. I mean, in some ways, this is like a first real taste of pro competition for these guys.
Like, I could see Ewing going #1 overall, and I could see Jordan, for instance, going in the top 3 or 4 picks.
I don't have any arguments there.
Parrish gets a very good look and converts. Parrish has got it all tied up now for the Stars.
Stepping away from the basket. Parrish showing you he's got a little range, too.
Ewing finds Jordan. No good off the back of the rim. Here are the NBA stars now. Let's go to David Aldridge and see what he's picking up on the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, I have found something that both teams' coaches agree on. They think that these games are the best possible way to prepare the Olympic team for international competition. The NBA stars are among, if not the, best players in the world. So who better to challenge USA's skills and bring them closer together as a team? Back to you guys.
That's a good point. Thanks for that, D.A. Clark, any thoughts on these coaches' assessment?
Well, Kevin, I fully agree with them. I mean, there's no way you can agree with them. Playing against the top talent is really the best way to develop your own game and grow as a player. You know the old saying, iron sharpens iron as one man sharpens another.
Oh, I love it, Clark. Mike, we're pretty far into this game. How do you like what you've seen so far of Michael Jordan?
I gotta say, I'm impressed. He's playing against some of the country's best pros and making a real impact out there.
What a talent. Aguaya's checked in for the Stars. And Team USA making a change here as well. Tisdale, he's checked in for Concat. Both free throws good from Parrish. 51 seconds left here in the first half of the game. Jordan with it, and it's Bird picking him up. Tisdale, no good. The Stars with the lead. Parrish outside. Back to Aguirre. Outside Thomas. There's the pass to Aguirre. And a missed layup.
And the defense was ready for that. They know he's a threat at the rim and swarmed him on that layup.
Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Well, Jordan is something to watch slamming home the ball, man. This guy is really strong and does it with force.
Bird left side. And there's the defensive 3-second call. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the technical free throw is good.
You know, part of what makes Bird exceptional is his all-around talent. I mean, he gets it done on both ends of the floor, and that's how you end up being an MVP in the league.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Stars lead by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. Welcome back, everyone, for the second half of action in this exhibition game between Team USA and the NBA Stars. It has been a fun one so far.
What stood out to me after a full first half of play is the sense of competition out there on the floor. The NBA Stars aren't handling Team USA with kid gloves. They're giving their all.
That's an excellent move inside, keeping pace here.
The Stars trailing. Here's who Paul Matthews is starting the second half with. They've got Jordan. Mullen is out there with Tisdale. Then there's Ewing. And it's Perkins in at the center position. Mullen against Aguirre. Pass to Paxson. That's in there. Coming off the assist from Aguirre. Paxson's got 6. And Clark with Team USA, they don't seem to be holding anything back.
Without question, if these young guys are intimidated by playing against pros, they're not showing any signs of that. And, you know, it's not so easy to have to go up against the guys you're accustomed to looking up to, Kevin. That takes a lot of confidence.
A lot of guts, you're right. Fades. Ewing gets the rebound. Ewing's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. One half gone, Coach, and you have to admit Jordan has looked good matched up against some of these NBA stars.
Oh, absolutely. He's attacking when he wants and finding himself shots, showing no fear against some talented NBA defenders. And if you give him space like that in the mid-range, he won't hesitate to let it fly.
Paxson outside. Outside Thomas. Throws it up high. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Thomas against Jordan. The offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Perkins got the lead up to 3 now for Team USA.
Athletic move by Perkins to save the play, grabbing the board and jamming it in.
Thomas down low. He's against Ewing. Thomas's shot is off. And here's Team USA. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
You know, I find this an interesting challenge that all of these players have to deal with. Playing with a coach they're not quite familiar with. That can be more challenging than it seems when you haven't had a lot of practice time to build up a relationship there.
Here's Thomas. That one falls, coming off of Paxson's speed. Paxson's got 4 assists now tonight.
And talk about being assertive. Thomas is so good at making quick decisions.
Here's Tisdale. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Not the biggest four-man out there. However, his great leaping ability, it more than makes up for his lack of height.
Mike, you can speak about this, but I've always thought it's an interesting dynamic when players have a new or temporary coach in control.
It's really all about respect. As a player, you have to respect what the coach is trying to do. And as a coach, you have to respect that the players aren't fully accustomed to your style and be patient with them.
Sounds like communication key. Ewing, the pass to Jordan. He kicks it to Mullen. To the inside. And there's Michael Jordan, the assist by Perkins. Jordan's got the lead, back up to 5 now for Team USA. So, Coach Fratello, as we get the second half going here, it's Team USA holding on to the lead.
The problem is that might only further motivate the NBA stars. Being down to amateur players at this point in the game will really fire up their competitive spirit.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Defense tries a little too hard to stop Jordan, and he smartly draws the foul.
Team USA shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. And the Stars going with a whole new group out there now. Team USA also making some changes. Concac's checked in for Perkins. Turner comes in for Tisdale. And it's Alford in for Ewing. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
You know, that's what we call a good foul. Make them earn it at the line.
It might not be pretty, but that's the right play in that situation. He saved the layup with that foul.
NBA Stars shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. That one is no good. Team USA leading by 3. A lot of this game already in the books, and offensively, Coach, Michael Jordan has been putting on a show. Finding shot after shot after shot.
And taking a big scoring lead over Larry Bird. I really think this NBA Stars unit was just unprepared for Jordan. Maybe they thought an amateur would be easy to guard.
Maybe they did. I don't know. It has been interesting, though, hasn't it?
In some ways, this game between Team USA and the NBA Stars is a classic matchup of youth versus experience. No one knows this game better than the NBA Stars, but Team USA has such explosive athleticism.
Persons checked in for Concac. Here is Seasting. Wants to get it to Reed, and does.
Yeah, Seasting has good vision on the floor. He finds the ready shooter and makes sure he gets fed.
Pass to Person. Mullen with the ball. Passes to Alford. With the shot. The shot's good from Jordan.
2 points for Michael
Jordan's got 19 points.
And I like how versatile he is on offense. Capable of burning defenses in so many ways.
Here is Seasting. And the pass to Williams. An easy 2 points on the layup. 6 points for Williams.
Another lead change. Back and forth we go as neither team willing to back down after a bucket.
And no matter which side you are cheering for, these are the games you love. Both teams fighting every step of the way.
So, Clark, if this is a battle of youth versus experience, which wins out?
Kevin, that's a hard call. It's tough to pick a favorite here. I mean, I think Team USA could surprise us by keeping the energy level high as this game wears on, but down the stretch, I tend to lean towards the experience of the veterans because they've been here and done this so many times before.
Yeah, they know how to finish strong.
Exactly.
Well, most of this game behind us now, and all you can say about Michael Jordan's performance, Mike Fratello, is wow. What a show he has put on against these NBA stars.
Michael Jordan.
He certainly does look league ready, doesn't he?
Oof.
You can just see why fans are so excited about Jordan's potential as part of an NBA team.
I mean, he's got everything. So for the Stars, Robert Parrish is checked in for Williams. Aguirre comes in for Reed. And it's Paxson in for Seasting. Sam Perkins, he's checked in for Team USA. Tisdale comes in for Person. The Stars trail by 3. Paxson outside. Pass to Woodson. Fires top of the key. It's hauled in by Team USA. Perkins got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Jordan. Fouled on on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
What a game for Michael Jordan thus far. Played very competitively against players who are literally in another league.
Isaiah Thomas checked in for the Stars. And so, Coach, it's Team USA currently in the lead with most of this game now behind us.
Give a lot of credit to the young guys of Team USA for being in this position. But they can't take their foot off the gas now because the NBA stars will play hard right up until the buzzer.
Here's Perkins. 6 for 6. He's yet to miss from the field.
Boy, are they locked in on offense, knocking down every shot right now.
And the other team has to step it up on defense. No excuse letting them torch you like this.
They double him with Jordan. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Jordan. And they're running. So it's Team USA on a run currently, getting the best of the NBA stars for the moment.
And right now, MJ has it going on. His teammates should just continue to get him the rock.
That one goes in.
And he's trying to carry this offense, but he can't do it alone. His guys need to help him.
Team USA leading by 8. Jordan. That was something to see.
Goodness.
What catches my eye as this game wears on is the consistency of Team USA. Young guys often start to lose focus down the stretch, but not Team USA.
Maguire passes to Parrish. That's in there, coming off the assist from Maguire.
Contact does not phase Slim. He makes it happen regardless.
Here's Jordan. Oh, the jam!
Yeah!
Oh.
Michael Jordan, MJ. It really doesn't get much better than this.
Thomas passes to Paxson. Outside Thomas. Fires from 18. And there's another one for the Stars.
And when you're guarding him, you've got to fight over the top.
Lock and trail around the screen and deny the perimeter shot.
No good from Perkins.
And here's Thomas, who brings it up for the Stars. Trailing here by 8. McHale trying to free himself up. And the basket by Thomas.
The grit of Isaiah Thomas, a point guard willing to bang down low.
Mullen passes to Perkins, and it's slammed in by Perkins.
Definitely a strong night for Perkins. He's gotten physical and made his presence really felt in the interior.
Now a timeout called by the Stars.
Straight up facts here, guys. They are getting destroyed down low.
Points in the paint, the topic of this timeout conversation. They need to play with more pride.
Bird, he's checked in for Kevin McHale. Here's Thomas, back to Parrish. Out of bounds, Team USA takes possession.
USA's ball.
Team USA leading by 8. Jordan looking it over. And the dunk by Jordan.
It makes sense why they keep running the offense through him, proving how efficient he is.
And so here are the Stars. Thomas passes to Bird. And it's Tisdale with the rebound.
Up to this point, Larry Bird has not had the impact you would expect. Maybe he thought Team USA wouldn't give him much trouble, but he just hasn't produced results like that.
Bird outside. Paxson passes to Thomas. Down low, here's Bird. And it's Tisdale with the rebound. 1:25 left in the second half of basketball. Pulls up. And Team USA getting another basket right there.
As pure a shooter as you'll find. Mullen's deadly from all 3 levels.
Thomas passes to Bird. And that's going to be a travel.
Oh, my goodness. That was not what this team needed.
Well, that explains why they're down. Miscues.
Mike, they should just be taking their time right now. Am I right?
Absolutely, Kevin. The clock is their friend right now.
Here's Jordan. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Paxson outside. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Great job by Parrish getting aggressive against the contact. He earns the N1 call.
And a new group getting ready now for the Stars. Williams is checked in for Bird. Reed comes in for Aguirre. Whitman is checked in for Paxson. And Buckner subbed in for Thomas. Team USA also making some changes. Turner's checked in for Perkins. And it's Reynolds in for Alford. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. The Stars making a switch here. McHale's checked in. And the second free throw, good.
He might not have made them all, but I tell you what, he made enough of them to put this one out of reach.
Williams trying to break free. McHale misses. Clark, they've just about closed the door on this one.
All they've got to do now is squeeze the orange and milk that clock.
Here's Buckner. And the layup's good off the glass.
The coaches love seeing shots from there at the rim.
Here's Reynolds. Here's Mullen. Rebound by Williams.
That's a shot he'd like back. Won't miss those very often.
Well, a good look. They keep getting shots like that, they'll be all right.
And so it's Team USA who is able to capture a win over the NBA Stars in this exhibition contest. Mike, what a game we just saw.
You have to respect what Team USA was able to accomplish here. Going up against top-tier competition and managing to come away with the win.
And the NBA Stars taking a loss in Clark that luckily doesn't go on any of their records.
Yeah, I doubt that makes it sting any less, though, Kevin. Getting shown up and beaten by young guys is going to leave a bad taste in your mouth. But like we said, a terrific performance by Team USA. You got to give them credit.
Yep, they went the distance. For our reporter, David Aldridge, along with Clark Kellogg and Mike Fratello, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching tonight's game. So long, everyone.
Michael was extremely competitive in everything he did. In Michael's second year, the Bulls were not any good, and we were the Boston Celtics, and we were on our way as one of the greatest teams ever to play basketball at any level, at any time. In game one, we kill them. Larry, Kevin, Chief, Danny, DJ, they have great games. And at the end of the game, we look at the box score, and this guy named Michael Jordan, he's got 49 points. We just said, well, yeah, he's pretty darn good, but he'll never do that again. Game two takes 41 shots, makes 22 of them, takes 21 free throws and makes 19 of them and goes for 63 points. The Celtics are able to win the game in double overtime, 135 to 131. But we knew how lucky we had been to win that game because Michael was just so spectacular. That was the game where Larry Bird, in his post-game media comments, said, "I've just seen God disguised as Michael Jordan." And the rest is history.
The setting for this one of the most feared venues in the league. Boston Garden, all ready for NBA playoff basketball. Hi everyone, welcome to Boston, home of Game 2 of the Chicago Bulls-Boston Celtics matchup. I'm Kevin Harlan. And I'll be joined by Clark Kellogg and Coach Mike Fratello. And Mike, Chicago hoping to even the series up here tonight.
And it won't be easy, not against this Celtics team. The Celtics are the favorites to come out of the East, and they've shown why that's the case with a convincing Game 1 win.
Very convincing. And the bright spot, Clark, from Game 1 for the Chicago Bulls, the production they got from the terrific Michael Jordan.
How about his performance? Didn't look like he had been bothered at all by that foot injury. 49 points, and he showed he's extremely ready for the big stage of the playoffs.
Oh!
Whoa!
Whoa!
And you look at this Chicago team, and they aren't your typical 8 seed.
You know, Mike, they didn't have Jordan for much of the season, and that certainly skews their record, but they are a fearless, confident, aggressive group that can hang with anybody when they're on their game.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Johnson. The rebound by Oakley. Chicago with the ball. To the paint. Here's Corzine. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, every coach that ever coached Kyle Macy loves that he just plays the right way.
They need to find a high percentage shot, Clark, to regain some of that confidence.
I think they've gone too long without seeing one go down, and that begins to mess with your psyche.
And the big question and Mike problem for the Celtics.
Michael Jordan.
How do they slow down Michael Jordan?
Well, they sent a few options his way in Game 1. They know they need to be better and will still vary their looks.
And here is Ainge. Pass to Bird. Ainge kicks to Johnson. From beyond the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Here's Jordan. Jordan out of the gates fast. Doesn't look shaky at all.
Trying to extend this lead. Actually, they're doing more than trying because the lead is growing.
This is a key part of the game. They're trying to get some breathing room.
Wasted no time on that one. And Jordan with 49 points the last game. Like, any chance you think he'll match that?
I'm never comfortable betting against Michael Jordan, Kevin. This guy is so good and so amazing. He's got the skill and the will to do it. I think a lot depends on what kind of defense the Celtics play on.
That's going to be the thing to watch.
And this is how you defend a player like him. Nice job contesting without fouling.
Jordan, the pass to Gervin. The tray. That doesn't go either for Jordan. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Boston Celtics. They trail by 6. Here's Chicago. Here's Oakley. And a miss there on the triple.
A knockdown shooter with tremendous confidence. Just couldn't get that one to fall.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd like to have that one back.
Now with the inside on the Celtics game plan, let's send it over to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, this young Michael Jordan has a lot of tools in his bag. The first thing the Celtics want to do is stop straight line drives. Guys have to rotate over and give him angles off of the basket. But Jordan is so good with his quick first move and then going vertical, it allows him to convert right over the top of defenses. Guys?
David, thank you. In game one, the Celtics tried 5 different defenders on Michael Jordan, and Mike, ultimately, he got a little fatigued, but not before he put up 49.
One of the assistant coaches with Chicago said about Jordan, he's got the jump shot ability of a Jerry West and the ability to go to the hoop of a Julius Erving. Pretty good people to be compared with.
Phenomenal comparison. I love that. And Clark, here's something that no team has been able to do. Slow down the Celtics front court.
Well, there's just so much talent, actually too much talent at every position to be able to plug all the holes. They hurt you at both ends of the floor, too. Bird, McHale, Parrish, all elite players.
I think someday all 3 will be in the Hall of Fame.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
The Celtics shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
Speaking with Bird's opponents, they'll tell you he talks trash the whole time. And, of course, he backs it up with his play.
Bird hits them both.
And the Bulls unable to stay with the Celtics in game one. It was within reach until the fourth quarter, but fell 123 to 104.
And, you know, it really came down to the experience of the Celtics. That was a huge advantage for them. This is a group of championship players, and they had one of the best regular seasons ever as well.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And the athleticism of Jordan is out of this world. Simply just an incredible player who does whatever he wants on offense. He can do so much damage from the line. The defense has to be more careful around him.
Celtics passing it around. Here's McHale. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Let the big man eat down there. McHale excels at scoring on tight coverage, too.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
The coach now looking to make some adjustments.
Yeah, so I like this timeout. Reset, talk it over, how you want to attack this game.
Jordan, high post. He's got 8. Shot from the low block. Bank shot, no good. Celtics trail by 4. Here's Bird. The rebound by Jordan.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
And it's Green with the jam.
When you face Jordan, you put so much focus on MJ that it creates openings for other guys.
Seasting passes to McHale. Here is Seasting. Pass to Bird. Pass to Wedman. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. Shot's good by McHale.
A determined rebounder. McHale just outworks the opposition to come away with the second chance points.
3-pointer on the way. And Michael Jordan with the 3.
3 points.
Jordan's got 11.
He has a particular set of skills that they're very fun to watch.
Now the pass to Wedman. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
Still Celtics ball.
And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
That's exactly what a team needs when they're playing from behind. Energetic defense.
20 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here is Seasting, guarded by Paxson. Here's Walton. Pass to Seasting. Out to the right wing. For the 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
The end of the
Pretty good defense that time from John Paxson, not being shy about getting up in the shooter's face there.
The Bulls.
Michael Jordan getting it done for the Bulls. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter in this round 1 matchup between the Chicago Bulls and the Boston Celtics. Chicago leading by 7.
And the plan for the Bulls this series is to try and slow things down. The Celtics want to get into an up-and-down game. Makes sense with all the weapons they have.
the Celtics with possession here. McHale is out there with Bird. Then it's Ainge. Then it's Parrish. And it's Johnson in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Here's Jordan. And it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game. And the slower the game gets, Clark, the more beneficial that is for the Bulls.
And, you know, that's not easy with all the great passes the Celtics have. The Bulls need to make sure they get back in transition because the Celtics are looking to push it every chance they get.
Pushing that pace, you're right. And here are the Bulls now. He's looking for Gervin and finds him. And it's slammed in by Gervin.
Tell you what, the Bulls have really done a terrific job not giving this Celtics crowd a reason to get into it at all.
They want to break this scoring drought, Mike.
Well, they've had a lid over the basket for a while now.
Indeed. McHale trying to free himself. Bucket is good. Johnson's got his first points of the night. You look at the numbers for Larry Bird this season, Mike, 25, 10, and 7. I mean, numbers that he's put up for several seasons in a row now.
Bird has defined what the small forward position is all about. And that's 6'10", by the way. He impacts the floor in every metric. I'm ready to call him the best small forward ever. Wow. It would take a special talent to knock him off that pedestal.
And coming from you, that's high praise. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Bird kicks to Ainge. McHale left side. Back to Ainge. Just 5 on the clock. A baseline J. Rebound by the Bulls. And even 3-on-3 break. Green finds Jordan. No good with the triple.
And he needs to simplify things on offense. He's settling for too many outside shots, and it's hurting his team. And during the season, Boston took 5 of the 6 meetings. But Boston was beating just about everyone at that rate.
It's Chicago with another bucket.
He is money from there. Jordan is so comfortable operating from mid-range.
Paxson against Johnson. Nice ball movement by Boston. The kick out to Ainge. Here's Parrish over Green. And it's Parrish missing. And only one of those meetings between Boston and Chicago, Clark, featured the Bulls at full strength.
You know, Jordan only played the Celtics once in the regular season, Kevin. It was his 4th game back from injury. We're seeing how different those matchups could have gone had he been healthy.
That's a solid observation. And now, let's head over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Both teams have made veteran acquisitions to bolster their rotations. For the Bulls, it's the Iceman, George Gervin. He'll be 34 a week from today. It's his 14th season after playing in San Antonio most of his career. 7th all-time leading scorer with more than 26,000 points. His all-time playoff scoring average is right behind Jerry West. That's a pretty good scoring punch. Back to you.
Well said. It is indeed. Thanks, DA. George Gervin shot 47% this season, Clark, the lowest of his career. But that's because he had fewer opportunities. But you and I know he can still fill it up.
There is no denying that, Kevin. He's been a tremendous scorer throughout his career, one of the very best. And we know George Gervin can finger roll.
Well said. Like the Celtics still looking for an answer to Michael Jordan.
And you might see more double teams and triple teams at the rate he's scoring. He's on his way to another monster game scoring tonight.
And Mike looking at the 2 stars for the team. Michael Jordan right now with the edge over Larry Bird.
And Jordan is a much more pure scorer than Bird. Still, you expect Bird to crank it up later if this team needs his scoring punch.
And they're going to. Here's Bird. Kept alive by Boston. Poked away. It's stolen by Green.
You know, we all know about the Boston home court advantage. They won 40 games here during the regular season. A dominating home court advantage for the Celtics this year.
Ainge the pass to Johnson. Bird against Gervin. Back to Johnson. Good. And it's Bird picking up the assist. Johnson's got his second bucket of the night.
What tenacity from Johnson. Able to absorb the hit and work through it.
And Mike, the Celtics, as you said, so dominant at home.
And that home record has everyone in the East nervous about playing. The Celtics can make the most out of a home court advantage. Hard to see anybody taking many games here.
Here's Bird. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Defensive foul.
So much focus from Bird. A chance for a three-point play now.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Walton's checked in for Parrish. Redmond comes in for McHale, and it's Easting in for Ainge. And as we expected, Mike Fratello, this Celtics front court has been a problem for Chicago.
And this is something the Bulls won't ever have an answer to. I mean, the whole Eastern Conference didn't have an answer for Bird, McHale, and Parrish.
3 future Hall of Famers in some people's eyes. The drive by Jordan, and the shot goes down.
Michael Jordan.
Jordan's got 23 points.
Defense tries to get in there and trip Jordan up, but he charges right through it.
Knocked away. And here they come. Shoots it. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Not a bad look, just didn't fall.
Here is Easting, defended by Macy. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down to 12 on the bucket from Bird.
And you know, in the painted area, Bird has a variety of moves, can take you either direction and finish with either hand. He's a nightmare to defend, and believe me, I woke up in sweats many a times dealing with that guy.
And so it's Chicago, sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Back right after this. A view of the Charles River, not far from where we are. Boston Garden, and getting ready for the second half. We're here in Boston for Game 2 of the Bulls and Celtics. Second half of play getting going here in Boston. And now, let's go to DA.
Thanks very much. Now, we know about Larry Bird's determination at certain points, but Michael Jordan has some of those same qualities. He missed 64 games this season with a broken left foot, and Chicago management didn't want him to play anymore. But he put that foot down, citing his love of the game clause that's in his contract, which allows him to play whenever he wants, and he said, I'm going to play basketball. That's what I am, a basketball player. He's back on the floor. Guys?
David, thank you. It's a great story. Michael loves to play the game, Mike Fratello.
And he rarely seems to get tired. Some people have speculated that because he missed a great deal of the season, he doesn't have the normal fatigue at this time of year. You look at the firepower of this Boston team. 3 All-Stars in Bird, McHale, and Parrish. And this core has been together for their latest title runs.
So for Chicago right now, Oakley is out there with Corzine. Then there's Gervin. And it's Green. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard. Here's Bird. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. Bird's got 11. And the Celtics core, Clark, won in 1984 and returned to the finals again last season.
And I think for the Celtics team, anything short of a title, Kevin, is a bust. I mean, they know they're the team to beat, and they carry themselves that way. One of the most talented teams we've probably ever seen in the league.
I agree. Johnson, the pass to Parrish. Over Gervin. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Parrish has got 6 here in this quarter.
They found their rhythm now. They're in this game.
They've really executed well the last few possessions.
Jordan with the bucket.
Another big night for Jordan. What a natural scorer he is. MJ simply can do it all.
And when you look at that stacked 84 draft class, obviously there's Jordan. Some incredible talents in just their second season.
John Paxson, he's checked in for Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
It's going to go on Charles Oakley.
gets to the line a whole bunch. McHale does it here with a sweet pump fake.
Mike, a lot of impact players coming in that 1984 draft class in the NBA.
And the talent is at all positions. Great guards, forwards, and of course, Hakeem as a center. He'll go down as one of the best draft classes in a long, long time.
You are so right. Back to Bird. 5 on the clock. Over Gervin. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Bulls leading by 7. From deep, Jordan. Rebound by the Celtics. Parrish has got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
Looking at the way Jordan finished the regular season, you had to know that he was on the verge of having a stellar playoff run. Scary to think how good he'll be in the coming years.
Mike, his work ethic, I know, impresses you so much. Boston again missing. So it's Chicago now. Left side, Jordan. Passes it to Gervin. Bulls moving the ball around. Jordan's shot is off. Almost 30 points per game for Michael Jordan, Mike, in the final 5 games of the season. An unbelievable streak.
And the future for Jordan looks bright as ever. Starting to show he's more than just a high flyer. He started to develop the skills to score at all levels of the floor.
You sound like a coach, but I know you appreciate that game so much. And some changes here for the Celtics. Walton's checked in for McHale. Redmond comes in for Bird. And it's Easting in for Johnson. Banks checked in for the Bulls.
Nothing's going his way since the horn. I mean, looks like he used up all his makes and last quarter.
Redmond the pass to Easting. To the middle. Here's Ainge. Up and in on the layup. Now just a 3-point Bulls lead. And the dominance of the Celtics, Mike, have shown again this season. It feels like it's their year.
They know it's championship or bust for them. They figure they'll be tested on the way and could also have to deal with their old pals, the Lakers. But all season long, they have been the front runner, and that won't change until they're knocked out.
They've got the target on their back for sure. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. 1:53 left to play here in the third. And Jordan continues to be the dominant scoring force on the floor. Mike, Bird can't even keep up with him.
That's no knock on Bird. That's just how special Jordan is. He is putting on an absolute show in this game.
I bet Bird is impressed too.
Boy, what a ruthless, wicked dribble move that time by Jordan. Threw his defender off. And got the space he needed to fire.
Like the way this game has gone, the Celtics cannot slow down Michael Jordan.
Well, they've tried some different looks in the first half, but nothing seems to be the answer for Jordan.
You're right.
Excellent distribution. That possession highlighting how important unselfishness is.
And Jordan throws it down.
Well, Jordan's something to watch slamming home the ball, man. This guy is really strong and does it with force.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Good job preventing the layup. I think it's smart to make him earn it from the line.
Yeah, intelligent defense there. The coaching staff encourages these guys to do whatever they can to avoid giving up easy buckets.
Free throw good, Parrish.
Every team wants a Robert Parrish, an intimidating figure inside. He controls the painted area.
Both free throws good from Parrish. The Bulls leading by 5. Outside, Jordan. That shot off the mark. Great D that time from Walton. And it's Parrish finishing it off.
Boy, they're leaning on Parrish tonight, and with good reason. Why not? This guy is built to score.
Here's Jordan. Great D that time from Walton. 36 seconds left in the third. Ainge with the ball. He's got 5. Here's Wedman. Lets it go from 14. The shot's good from Ainge. And it's now only a 1-point Bulls lead. Here's Jordan. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
Good hustle right there. I love that effort. Just a little late in the act.
And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
You know, that's about as good a defensive play as you're going to see. Instant reaction to get a hand on the shot. Beautifully done.
Banked in off the glass.
Nice job by Jerry Seaston that time to work around the defender, showing a little bit of agility that I wasn't sure he had.
Count it. Jordan's got 39.
The basis of our game is the pass, sharing, being a great teammate.
And stolen by Jordan. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. It's Chicago leading by 4. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports. Final quarter of play starting in this Game 2 matchup. Between Chicago and Boston. Celtics trail by 4.
And with the injury Jordan sustained this year, he has about as fresh of legs as anyone. He showed that in Game 1.
And there's the call on Michael Jordan.
First team foul.
That's his first foul. Bird is out there with Kevin McHale. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Ainge. And it's Walton in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. Count that one. And Jordan with the broken foot earlier this season, Clark. Boy, right now he looks 100%, doesn't he?
You know exactly right, Kevin. He had some games toward the end of the year to get himself acclimated and going again. But as you said, he looks locked in now with no holds barred on his game.
No limits at all.
Exactly.
Johnson surveying the floor. Another shot. It's all in by the Bulls. Oakley's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Jordan the pass to Corzine. And the dunk by Corzine.
Good hustle from Corzine on the fast break, getting himself well positioned to finish it strong. And, you know, part of the reason why the Celtics feel comfortable pushing the tempo, the development of Danny Ainge, it gives them another option to initiate the fast break.
And Walton kicks to Johnson. 5 to shoot. Connects on the 9-footer. Johnson's got 4 this quarter.
Fantastic work inside from Johnson. Not bashful at attacking from the paint.
Mike, Ainge, a player that makes a difference off the stat sheet. Always doing the little things.
He's an X factor for the Celtics. He can spark the team with a few hustle plays, 3-pointers. A great fit alongside the rest of the Boston Stars.
Terrific fit. Walton against Corzine. Pass to Bird. Boston needs to get off a shot. Here's Johnson. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Just straight tricking the defender with the shot fake. This is how it's done.
Outside Jordan. Over McHale. That one a little long. Celtics trail by 4. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Johnson against Gervin. Johnson kicks to McHale. He takes it in, and it's slammed in by McHale. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 10 rebounds.
McHale's length serving him well right there. Nice drive.
And here's Jordan outside. McHale with the rebound. McHale's got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Johnson, the pass to McHale. To tie it up. And it's all evened up. McHale's got 4 this quarter.
McHale handling his business. Never looking pressured or hurried, unfazed.
Jordan inside, covered by Johnson. And the basket is good. Jordan's got 43 points.
It is a given. Jordan loves delivering in these big moments. When it's an important possession, he wants the ball and the shot.
Bird against Jordan. Bird passes to Walton. Over Gervin. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
No denying that Bill Walton's a big game player, excelling in the pressure moments.
And the Bulls making a change here. Paxson's checked in. The free throw off from Walton. And here are the Bulls now. And then Jordan slams it in.
Michael Jordan, MJ. It really doesn't get much better than this.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Michael Jordan really making a difference here.
Well, you know, he's destroying them right now, guys. This defense has to make an adjustment to try and cool him off.
Robert Parrish is checked in for Walton.
Substitution.
Here's Bird. Over Gervin. And Bird gets it to go on the assist by Parrish. Bird's got the game tied up here for the Celtics.
Timeout for the Bulls.
All right, guys, let's get up! Your Celtics dancers!
Here's Chicago.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's Jordan. Jordan had 49 in game 1 and creeping up on that here.
Tremendous strength there from Jordan. Knows he's going to get hacked inside. Finishes through.
Johnson, the pass to Bird. And he converts the layup.
Yeah, you know what is funny? With Bird, the more the game tightens up, the more he relaxes and gets loose. And those competitive juices take over.
Chicago calls timeout. Without question, Larry Bird displaying his skills today.
They simply have no answer for him right now. And he's making them pay dearly for it.
And here's Jordan outside. That one misses. And the Celtics going the other way now.
Chicago foul called. Charles Oakley. Second personal foul. Third team foul.
And Boston has possession. Johnson, the pass to Bird. They double-team Bird. Good, and it's Johnson with the assist that time. Johnson's got 6 assists here tonight.
The floor general leadership of Johnson, outstanding at realizing when a teammate is open.
Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. 1:22 left to play in the final quarter. 1:22 left in the game. Jordan can't get it to go.
He needs an alternate offensive strategy because the arc is not being kind to him right now.
McHale trying to free himself. And the shot is good from Johnson. Now it's a 4-point Celtic lead.
Pulling out all the stops. Johnson giving a 100% effort to get his team the clutch bucket.
And Jordan now matching his game 1 total. Clark, we're watching incredible stuff here.
We really are, Kevin. And I thought Boston would have made a point to really slow Jordan down, but they just have not found an answer for him.
None. No good from Bird. Chicago with the ball. Here's Jordan. Unable to get that one. Some solid defense there from McHale. Bird passes to Johnson. Back to Bird. Over Gervin. It falls!
Simply as calm as you can be in that situation.
He's got that mentality. Doesn't shy away from big moments.
Chicago calls timeout. They're down by 4. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Johnson. just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock.
They're doing absolutely everything they can to close the book on this one.
Yeah, the time on the clock and the numbers on the scoreboard are all in their favor right now.
You know, they've got to get a quick basket. They need to get busy in a hurry.
Score and then foul to stop the clock.
Shoots from 14. Here's Oakley. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
This is Oakley doing his thing, battling on the boards and then instinctively sending it back.
And an intentional foul right there.
Hey, that's the right move. You can't allow them to milk the clock here.
Yeah, all they can do is send them to the line and hope for some misses.
Taking 2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Looking so composed at the free throw line. Not rushing anything, just going up there and getting the job done.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
George Corbin, 2nd personal foul, 5th team foul.
It's the first that makes it a 7-point lead.
Hey, the respect Johnson's teammates have for him is obvious. They trust his decision-making and follow his lead.
Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Here's Jordan. The total for Jordan keeps on climbing. He's now past 49.
You know, that takes a lot of guts going up against a taller defender.
Well, you can't come into the game and count on the fact that your defender is going to be the same size as you. You got to prepare for these situations.
And Mike, despite a valiant effort,
And we will see you next time.
The thing that I liked most about Michael Jordan as a player was the fact that I didn't have to try to guard him. If you had a poor defensive scheme, he was going to fill the hoop up until you either figured it out or the game was over and you lost the game. Some of his acrobatic drives to the hoop are just remarkable. You know, he could get past the defense and use a little bit of English off of the glass. The ball drops in so nice. It takes some really advanced skills to do that consistently. The 1988 All-Star Game was a showcase for Michael. Michael had figured out all the things he needed to know to be a dominant player. Everything. One-on-one, couldn't guard him. What Michael Jordan showed the whole sports world was the fact that you put the right people with him, he's going to lead them to world championships, without question. He was a prime example of excellence and a leader that would lead you all the way to the top, all the way to the top. That was basketball at its finest.
crosstown traffic and the green line whizzing by overhead on this calm winter night in Chicago.
Welcome,
But
fans,
not
to
for
the
long.
All-Star Game. Let's meet the starters for the West. At forward, making his 7th All-Star appearance, the standout veteran of the Denver Nuggets, 6'7", Alex English. Making his All-Star debut, the front court star of the Utah Jazz, the mailman, 6'9", Karl Malone. The man in the middle, an all-star, each of his 4 pro seasons from the Houston Rockets, 7 feet, Hakeem Olajuwon. At guard, making his first all-star appearance, the versatile star of the Denver Nuggets, 6'3", Lafayette Fat Lever. And the NBA leader in assists in his 8th All-Star game from the Los Angeles Lakers, 6'9", Irvin Magic Johnson. The head coach of the West All-Stars is Brad Nelson. Let's hear it for your West All-Stars. And now, the starting lineup for the Eastern Conference. At forward, a 3-time most valuable player, an all-star each of his 9 seasons from the Boston Celtics, 6'9", Larry Bird. He's one of the NBA's most exciting players. In his 3rd All-Star game from the Atlanta Hawks, 6'8", Dominique Wilkins. The man in the middle, an all-star for the 10th time. One of the game's most rugged rebounders from the Washington Bullets, 6'10", Moses Malone. At guard, the most valuable player of the 1984 and 1986 All-Star Games. This Chicagoan is making his 7th All-Star appearance from the Detroit Pistons, 6'1", Isaiah Thomas. And finally, the end.
Greetings, everyone, from Chicago, the host of the 1988 All-Star Game. Alongside the terrific Clark Kellogg and our reporter David Aldridge on the sidelines, I'm Kevin Harlan. And Clark, this terrific city has produced some greats, and 4 of them playing tonight.
You're exactly right, Kevin. The Windy City, Chicago, has produced Mo Cheeks, Isaiah Thomas, Doc Rivers, and Mark Aguirre, all All-Stars, and I'm sure they've got plenty of family and friends in attendance to enjoy their performance on the court.
Yep, so much to celebrate. And Clark, is there a common thread when you think about a Chicago-type player?
Well, I certainly do believe there's a common thread. When playing outside or outdoors in the Windy City, the perimeter shot can easily get blown off course. So you got to be able to get that thing to the rack and in a straight line fashion. And that's something all Chicago players share in common.
A lot of high flyers, you're right. And your West All-Stars, Fat Lever and Magic Johnson, the guards, Alex English and Karl Malone at the forward spots, and in the middle, Hakeem Olajuwon. For the East, it's Moses Malone inside and Dominique Wilkins with Larry Bird, the forwards. And in the backcourt, Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And you look at Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, rivals since college. Early on, no love lost between them, but over time, they've become friends.
Jordan against Johnson. Outside, Jordan. And Hakeem Olajuwon pulls it down. Clark, you see Larry and Magic together in those Converse ads. They've become really the faces of the NBA.
And Kevin, I think they've inherited the mantle from the great Dr. J. He's done such a great job representing the league all these years, and certainly he's left it in good hands with those two.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Good D by Wilkins.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And the Eastern All-Stars favored to win tonight.
Star power and firepower. Veteran IQ and smarts, but you never know. The West has quite a bit of talent, too.
Indeed, they do.
We all know about Michael's offensive prowess, okay? But he's incredible defensively as well. He works hard at that end, and that's rare for a star.
Now here's Johnson. High, arcing shot. They get it back. Malone. And it's blocked by Jordan.
With defensive prowess and nearly a 7-foot wingspan, it's a lot harder to get a clean look on Jordan than most guys.
Michael Jordan showing the explosiveness that won in the dunk contest last night. And Michael Jordan, not only last season's leading scorer by a mile, but Clark Kellogg this season, he is in the running for the Defensive Player of the Year.
He is the true definition of a two-way player. Gets it done at a high level at both ends.
And Michael Jordan winning the dunk contest yesterday. Clark, can he add to his trophy case tonight?
Kevin, I think his teammates want to see him win the MVP. I think they're going to give him as many touches as he needs to have a chance to do it.
That'll be fun to watch.
You know, the combination of size, speed, and length that Johnson has really pretty unique for a point guard.
And if there was a snub, Clark, for this year's All-Star game, many felt it was the sharpshooter Dale Ellis of the Sonics.
Well, you take a look at what he's done. He's the only top 10 scorer in the NBA who was not an All-Star.
The Tennessee Volunteers should be here. Here's English. Dominic Wilkins making his last shot there. Larkin, amidst this All-Star celebration, labor negotiations between the players and the NBA continue.
Trying to find their way through this current impasse, Kevin, and looking to avoid any interruptions to this game that we all have a love affair with.
Yeah, I know you and I hope they can find some common ground.
Please make it happen soon.
And an exhibition game with plenty of motivation for these stars nonetheless. For more, let's say hello to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, I was talking to Larry Bird about his goals for the matchup, and he said, I think our job is to get the ball to Michael Jordan, get him into the game, and get the crowd into the game. So if Bird has anything to do with it, Michael Jordan will be the MVP. And that would be poetic justice this weekend. Guys, back to you.
Especially where we are. Well said, David. Thank you. Jordan Clark, obviously, in front of his hometown crowd. He loves it, and they really love it.
No doubt about it, Kevin. Think about the fans in Chicago. They love basketball. And I can expect, and you can too, a ton of energy, some extra adrenaline anytime Michael touches the ball.
Clark, this... City is on fire with Jordan, aren't they? I mean, they love him, and they think about what's to come. My goodness.
Smoking.
Yeah. And Michael Jordan won the dunk contest last night, and man, was it great. What a thriller. He and Dominique Clark put on a great show, and you could tell they both wanted it so badly. Perhaps the home court advantage gave Michael Jordan Clark the edge.
And there was another winner from last night, and that was Larry Bird, taking home the trophy in the three-point shootout. And he didn't even need to take off his warm-ups to handle his business.
Clark, somebody told me he looked at the rest of the competitors and said, okay, who's going to be in second place here? Who's going to finish behind me?
Sounds just like him.
And Kareem looking to set the career record for all-star scoring. Isn't that something?
It really needs just 10 points to do it, Kevin, and you got to love his chances. I mean, that's a layup for him, pun intended.
Yeah, a good one. Here's McDaniel. Patrick Ewing picking up that last basket. Here's Johnson. Brad Daugherty pulls it in.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
And Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the most all-star appearances by far in NBA history, Clark, and an all-star in every season of his career except one, and in that year, he was injured.
Yeah, and at 40 years of age, matter of fact, the youngest player tonight was only 4 years old when Kareem made his first all-star appearance. That player, Brad Daugherty.
No kidding.
That's right.
And tonight's all-star MVP will have a $5,000 check presented in their name, Clark. to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund.
A great cause in honor of a terrific American.
Here's Wilkins, and Wilkins slams it in.
And Dominique Wilkins is the goal scorer for the Hawks, no question about that. And he's embraced that leadership role as well. Obviously a huge part of the Hawks' success.
And they're scoring. Pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. East All-Stars lead by 6. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. As these great fans hope Michael Jordan can bring home the win and the MVP hardware.
And the head coach of the East, Mike Fratello, his first time coaching in the All-Star Game.
And the West All-Stars, looking at who they've got. They've got Drexler. Aguirre is out there with Malone. Then it's Lever. And it's Olajuwon in at the 5. Outside, Aguirre. A wide open look for Drexler. A three-pointer, no good. How about that? Mike's a terrific friend of yours and mine, and Fratello's Hawks recently moved into first place in the East after the Cavs beat the Celtics. Clark enabling him to become the coach of the East All-Star.
So don't be surprised if the Cavs' Brad Daugherty gets extended minutes in his first All-Star appearance. You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And here early, Clark, the East has the edge.
You look at that team on the East squad, an embarrassment of riches, Kevin, and you know they've got so many weapons. I think it simply comes down to execution for them.
Outside, Drexler, back to Lever. The pass to Olajuwon. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Lever with the steal. Here's Drexler. Drexler glides with the greatest of ease. Five slamma-jamma.
And enjoying his finest pro season, Clyde the Glide Drexler making his second All-Star appearance. Worked over the summer with Kiki Vandeweghe to substantially improve his jump shot.
Aguirre passes to Olajuwon. Olajuwon with incredible footwork for a big man.
How about this list? Players who have never missed an All-Star game in their careers. Jerry West, Bob Pettit, Larry Bird, Isaiah Thomas, and Akeem Olajuwon. Those last three playing here tonight.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
You know, I can imagine the coach is giving them an earful about what's happening in the paint. They've got to clean that up.
McHale's checked in for the East. Thomas comes in for Doc Rivers. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Drexler passes to Aguirre. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Bird.
And Coach Mike Fratello, a colleague of ours, coaching in the All-Star game, standing tall amongst a bunch of tall guys in the NBA. You know, his dad was an amateur boxer, and, you know, I think that background gives Mike a lot of confidence as a coach.
Jordan against Drexler. Sweet little floater. Drexler's got his second bucket. And if there's a rival for the size and athleticism of Michael Jordan, Clark, it might just be Clyde Drexler.
I don't think there's any question about it, Kevin. The Phi Slamma Jamma alum can take flight with the very best of them.
Yep, great athletes. And Clark, not easy for these coaches to put their stamp on the game. Only a 1-hour practice yesterday to get acquainted and move through some sets.
And you know, Kevin, it's not about necessarily practice time. A few offensive sets is all that's needed. I think it's how you manage the players and give them a platform to have fun and do what they do.
That's a good point. Jordan can't get it to go. And so it's Lever who brings up the ball for the West, trailing by 10. And there's the feed to Malone. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's on Patrick Ewing.
You know, you can't go for this if you're the defense. I mean, once Malone has you in the air, it's over. You're done.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Well, I tell you what, if you wanted the template for the perfect power forward, it might be Karl Malone. I mean, he's got everything you want in a four-man.
Looking at who's out there now for the West. Abdul-Jabbar's checked in for Olajuwon. Worthy comes in for Aguirre. And it's Johnson in for Lever.
And, you know, so far I like the effort from both teams. It's an exhibition, but each team showing great pride. They're getting after it.
Jordan against Drexler. Goes up with a stripe, and he hits the jump shot. Jordan's got 17. And starting last season, Clark, Michael Jordan's scoring went through the roof.
Averaging over 37 points per game, partner, and he's kept close to that pace this season as well. Remarkable.
Amazing and remarkable, right. Wow. And now let's go over to David Aldridge with a report on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Thank you, Kevin. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the oldest All-Star in history. This is his 17th game. No one else has been in more than 13. To put that into context, there were 6 players in yesterday's Legends game that were younger than Kareem. Magic Johnson says he respects Kareem more than anyone I know because of the pride this man has in whatever he does. Kevin, back to you.
He is a very proud individual. David, thank you. And Kareem's coming out here, Clark, after spending 2 days in bed with strep throat. I mean, it's remarkable.
And, Kevin, that's exactly the pride Magic was talking about. And that's why it seems like every game we do, Kareem is adding to some type of record that he's already established. Tonight, he could very well become the leading scorer in the history of the All-Star game.
Isn't that phenomenal? They call him captain for a reason. He is truly the leader of this entire NBA.
Yes, sir.
Up top, Jordan. He's guarded by English. They get it again. Tries again. Patrick Ewing is a load inside the paint.
The #1 overall pick in 1985, and it was an all-star rookie season for Patrick Ewing. Hurt last year, but nice to see him back where he belongs, right in the all-star game. Defense got all kinds of fortunate right there. Usually he takes full advantage of that situation.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up.
Pretty good display of strength by Jordan there. Absorbed the contact and still able to nail the shot.
First team foul.
The West trails by 15. Johnson kicks to English. Back to Johnson. Outside Worthy. Fires from deep. Here's Drexler. Lays it up off the glass. Drexler's got 8 points in the quarter.
And at 26 points per game, Drexler ranks 7th in the league in scoring. His Blazers playing catch-up with the Lakers, though. Their improved defense has helped them overcome some early injuries.
The East All-Stars shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
For your East.
And he sinks the second. So it's the West now. It's a 14-point game. Drexler. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Drexler really clever in how to take advantage of opportunities he gets to score inside.
Feeds to Jordan. And the dunk by Jordan.
From in close with force.
Well, they need all the points they can get, guys. Here's Drexler. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the East All-Stars, sitting with a comfortable lead, up by. And we welcome you back to the second half of the 1988 All-Star Game here in Chicago. Great performances from these players, whether it's their first time participating or their 17th. We've got Moses Malone, Michael Jordan is out there with Thomas. Then it's Ewing, and it's Wilkins, and at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. Jordan wide open. The West All-Stars pull it in. That Lever is a remarkable rebounder for a player his size.
You know, you get into the latter stages of the game, and it's normal to wonder who will take home the MVP trophy. It's certainly one of those accolades that's mentioned when you talk about the great ones.
West All-Stars shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Free throw good, Lever. And of the players in tonight's All-Star game, Clark, 2 have won MVP trophies in this game before. Larry Bird and Isaiah Thomas.
And how about this, Kevin? Thomas has won 2 out of the last 4 years. If he was to get 3 MVPs, that would put him in some rarefied air, tying with Oscar Robertson for second most. Bob Pettit is the only player to do it 4 times.
English passes to Olajuwon. Here's Malone. And Ewing with the block.
Boy, Ewing using that size to make an impact on D. He loves coming up with the rejections.
And the East with the lead.
Living up to that favored and top billing and giving these fans quite a show. That was an easy call on that shot.
The East All-Stars have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Bird, he's checked in for Patrick Ewing.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
Johnson, the pass to Malone. The vision of Magic Johnson is unsurpassed.
And, you know, before every game, Karl Malone calls his mother back in Summerfield, Louisiana, to ask what numbers he should shoot for. Tonight, she said go for 25 and 11.
Now a timeout called by the West All-Stars.
Looks like to me the coach wants to talk things over and make some changes. Got to stay flexible with your lineups.
Wilkins against English. Pass to Johnson. Lever outside. And here is English. Just 5 to shoot. That one, no good. Great D that time from Bird.
And, you know, most of these guys are accustomed to having their team's offense built around them. It's an adjustment for them now to figure out who's going to get the rock most of the time.
Thomas finds Jordan. Shoots over Lever. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Boy, he's got to be disappointed in the result there. I mean, the defender really didn't make any impact at all.
And Magic Johnson continuing to orchestrate beautifully. And you think about adjusting, Clark, how about the all-star reserves? Guys that start normally are the stars of their team, now off the bench on a team of stars.
Kevin, excellent point. For players who are used to starting the game, probably a rare experience coming in off the bench and trying to get it going. But I think these guys so enjoy being part of this, that sacrifice is not much at all.
You're exactly right. The East making a switch. Rivers checked in. McDaniels checked in for the West. Olajuwon dishes to Johnson. Here's Malone. Kicks it out to Johnson. Back to Malone. The rebound by Jordan. Jordan's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
You know, there's been talk about adding a 3rd referee to NBA games. The commissioner and the rules committee are in favor of it, and they plan to put it before the Board of Governors at the next meeting.
Johnson, the pass to Lever. The feed now to Johnson. No good, shot missing. The East leading by 16. A nice shot by Rivers. And Clark, with 3 officials working games, do you think that'll result in more fouls being called, more eyes on the ball? They can pick up a lot more, certainly with more guys out there.
Yeah, you know, I think, Kevin, it might be the case early on with the 3rd official, but over time it'll smooth itself out. Off the ball, You know, some things you could get away with in the past, maybe not so much with 3 officials out there.
Well, if Jordan is going for that scoring record, Clark, he's running out of time.
You know, I think at this point, Kevin, he can't worry about the record. Just try to get the win. There's always next year to get the numbers. He was not able to get there in time, so that's a good call.
Brad Doherty, he's checked in for the East. Ainge comes in for Wilkins. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Donaldson comes in for Elijah Wan. And Abdul-Jabbar subbed in for Malone. Lever against Ainge.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Lever can't get it to go. Clark, how about the unselfishness of this team?
Love the willingness to make that extra pass, and it has the defense in the scramble mode. Larry Bird had it going last night at the Legends game, trying to fill it up tonight as well.
Johnson surveying the floor. Donaldson the pass to Johnson. And the shot goes in.
Johnson.
7 points for Johnson.
Magic Johnson leads the league in assists, and he's also got the most assists in All-Star game history. He processes the game at another level, folks.
And Kareem will need to get it going, Clark, to reach double digits.
I think his teammates have to do a better job of getting him touches. Just keep feeding him. He's more than capable of getting there.
Johnson can't hit. And here's Jordan. He'll bring it up for the East. Inside, here's Rivers. Good ball movement here by the East. This one for 3. Danny Ainge has developed into an elite marksman.
And Ainge this season has hit a three-pointer in 23 consecutive games. That's an NBA record, and that is his game, making threes.
Johnson gets the bucket. And Magic Johnson, Clark, made it clear coming into this game that he wanted the challenge of defending the great Michael Jordan.
He certainly did, and the West as a team will certainly have their work cut out for him trying to slow that guy down.
That is going to be fun to watch. Johnson, the pass to Lever. Johnson outside. Passes it to Donaldson. And good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson.
Assisted.
Donaldson's got his first 2 points. And the 7-2 center from the Mavericks, James Donaldson.
You know, I think he's the only lefty in this game. Larry Bird and Danny Ainge right left-handed, but they shoot it with their right hand.
You and I have talked about this before, but defending a lefty is different than defending clearly a right-handed shooter.
Throws you off just a little bit, Kevin.
From deep. And so it's the East All-Stars feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's
45.
Welcome back to Chicago for the 1988 All-Star Game. The grand finale of what's been a tremendous weekend to celebrate the NBA.
You take a look at the landscape of the NBA, and I tell you what, that Central Division, dominant. About this, 36 games above 500 combined.
On the court for the West All-Stars, getting the fourth quarter going. Malone is out there with English. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Elijah Wan. And it's Lever in at the shooting guard position.
And making his All-Star debut in his 3rd year in the league, Karl Malone, one of 4 players in the NBA, averaging over 20 points and 10 rebounds a game.
Well, you look at that Central Division, all 6 teams on pace to make the playoffs.
And, you know, Chicago got off to that great start, Kevin. Then they cooled off just a bit. Now tied with Detroit at 3 games behind Atlanta. Those teams are graped up pretty good.
Here's Jordan. Down the stretch here, the East, Clark, out in front.
Getting it done. It's been such a fun game to watch. Entertaining from both sides.
It sure has been.
You know, people said Alex English was too light of frame, too skinny, not athletic enough. Well, how about this? He's playing in his 7th straight All-Star game. So much for being too skinny. Alex English using some deceptive strength right there to get that shot up and down through contact.
Here's Jordan. Good work there as it goes. Jordan's got 33.
That finish brings me back to the old days, the silky smooth finger roll.
The West trails by 13. Johnson kicks to English. Back to Johnson. Count it. And now that's 11 points for Johnson.
Magic Johnson in his 8th All-Star game now, 2nd in All-Star votes this year, and he hosts his own All-Star game in the summer in L.A. as a fundraiser. And I understand it's quite an event.
Clyde Drexler's checked in for the West. The East leading by 11. Thomas finds Jordan. That one doesn't drop. Now the West All-Stars the other way.
And after the Central Division, the Midwest has been the 2nd most competitive division. Those teams are sitting at 10 games over 500.
Here's Malone. Over Jordan. And he can't bank that one in. And here are the East All-Stars now. There's the drive. Malone tried to break free. And it's in there. Jordan's got 12 points here in the second half. And Clark in the Midwest, those Rockets are really making a push.
And they're doing it behind Hakeem Olajuwon. To me, he's the best center in the NBA. They certainly got a chance to give the Lakers a run for their money.
Oh, yeah. Here's Johnson. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Protecting the ball well there, Johnson. Very skilled at scoring against tough defense.
And Magic Johnson with the slam.
Oh, I tell you, this team has too much spirit and leadership to throw in the towel.
And it's Thomas with the ball. He brings it up for the East All-Stars. They have a 9-point lead. Jordan inside. He's against Drexler. The 17-footer. And it's Drexler with the rebound. On offense, here are the West All-Stars. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And he banks in the layup. And Clark, when you look at Hakeem Olajuwon's Houston Rockets, here is a team making a lot of moves.
I tell you what, their trade for Joe Barry Carroll and Sleepy Floyd paying huge dividends. They're certainly on the rise in my mind.
Yeah, a lot of people like those moves. And they recover it from deep. Jordan up again. McHale dishes to Jordan. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. Jordan's got 37. The West trails by 9. Johnson, the pass to Olajuwon. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Jordan. And here we go. The East with a fast break. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
In the open floor, few are better than Jordan. MJ can literally fly.
The East making a switch. Bird's checked in. Free throw good. Jordan. 1:53 left in the fourth. Johnson, the pass to Olajuwon. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got 5 assists tonight.
When it comes to distributing the ball, nobody does it better than Magic. When one of his guys has a clean look, the ball is there quickly and on target.
Timeout called. East All-Stars. They're up by 10. There's 1:47 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Jordan. Over Drexler. And another miss by the East. The West trails by 10. Kicks it out to Johnson. Lets it fly from 18. It's hauled in by the East. Malone's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Bird. Oh. Yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far. And Larry Bird winning 3 straight MVP awards from 1983 to 1986.
You know who the last player was to do that?
I'm going back to the 60s. You tell me.
Yeah,
I know you
Bill
know.
Russell.
Yeah, right.
It's Bill Russell, 1960 to 63.
Of course. I'm glad we bring him up. A legend.
Yep.
Thomas, that's good.
And, you know, they're in great position here. Got to think they've done enough to win it.
Jordan against Johnson. Pass to Olajuwon. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
You know, right now, I don't know if there's anybody better than Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon down low. Automatic when he gets it in there.
There's Thomas with the 3. West All-Stars with the rebound. Here's Johnson. Score the basket is 8. 8 for 13 from the floor.
They're really making a go of it, but perhaps too little, too late.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Malone. Olajuwon with the block.
Boy, Olajuwon is a ferocious defender and rim protector. Really excels at slapping shots away. I don't think there was any question about that being a foul.
At the line for your East, Moses Malone, taking 2 shots.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. Good on the second free throw.
You know, it would have been great to knock them all down, but he did enough to put this one in the bag.
Here's English. They grab their own miss. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Michael Jordan.
Boy, Hakeem's size makes him hard to match up against, especially when he's determined to score inside.
Shooting for the West, Hakeem Olajuwon. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good, and that brings them to within 10.
What Hakeem provides for his team is a rock-solid foundation. They can rely on him on both ends and build schemes around his talents.
He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in. Cheeks outside. The second chance effort. Moses Malone simply inhales rebound.
Moses Malone is not only a 6-time rebounding champ, but he's also a 10-time All-Star. He gives the Washington Bullets some real muscle inside.
And the Eastern All-Stars deliver. The favorites coming in. Clark, they did not disappoint.
Yeah, you looked at that team on paper and you saw they were the stronger team and should have been favored, but you still got to go out and prove it, and they did exactly.
You know when Michael Jordan is coming to town, you always wanted to get a good night's sleep, a good night's rest, something good to eat, because you know the next day Michael Jordan is in your building and he's coming to put on a show, and you have to compete against that. Game 5 was at our place, and you know, a typical game, Eastern Conference game, a physical game, it was like a back and forth thing, the shot. You know, everybody want to talk about the shot. Chicago kept fighting, MJ kept making plays. It's at the end of the game, and we going to the timeout, and everybody talking. I was like, Coach, I want to guard MJ. Like, I got to guard MJ. There's only one player that's getting this basketball, and that's MJ. He's like, we're going to put Craig Elo on there. I'm like, and he jumped up, and Elo jumps up. Elo stops, and MJ does this to Elo. Elo comes down, and he shoots it, and swish. It was slow motion. And it was like, he's the guy that you want the ball in his hand late in the ball game, because he's gonna win most of those ball games by himself.
All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs try to deny Jordan the...
Oh, my
Elo with the steal!
goodness, the Bulls throw it. All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs try to deny Jordan the...
Oh, my
Elo with the steal!
goodness, the Bulls throw it. All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs try to deny Jordan the...
Oh, my
Elo with the steal!
goodness, the Bulls throw it. All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs try to deny Jordan the ball. They actually 2-on-1 him without the ball. Elo trying to catch back up. The shot's up.
No, he misses. Cleveland has won in Game 5 in the first round. All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs trying to deny Jordan the ball. They actually 2-on-1 him without the ball. Elo trying to catch back up. The shot's up.
No, he misses. Cleveland has won in Game 5 in the first round. All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs trying to deny Jordan the ball. They actually 2-on-1 him without the ball. Elo trying to catch back up. The shot's up.
No, he misses. Cleveland has won in Game 5 in the first round. All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs trying to deny Jordan the ball. They actually 2-on-1 him without the ball. Elo trying to catch back up. The shot's up.
No, he misses. Cleveland has won in Game 5 in the first round. All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs trying to deny Jordan the ball. They actually 2-on-1 him without the ball. Elo trying to catch back up. The shot's up.
No, he misses. Cleveland has won in Game 5 in the first round. All right, Coach, Cleveland leads, Chicago inbound. What can the Cavaliers do?
The Cavs trying to deny Jordan the ball. They actually 2-on-1 him without the ball. Elo trying to catch back up. The shot's up. It's good!
Oh,
Michael Jordan!
Wow, Coach, a Game 5 winning shot. Doug Collins off the bench, and the Bulls have won.
You can never, ever count Michael Jordan out.
Michael was a different level, man. He's a different level of competitiveness, just sheer will to win. He changed the game. He changed the game. I mean, not just in one aspect, in many aspects, in every aspect of the game, he changed it. I played against some of the greatest players in the history of this game. Michael Jordan was one of those guys that lifted my ability to the next level. We enjoyed the competition with one another. We played very hard and fiercely against one another, but it was like you had two gentlemen going head to head. Michael Jordan and I wasn't just coming down the court getting dunks at the dunk.
An unmistakable view of the Windy City and a lot of anticipation in the air. Hi everyone, welcome to our presentation of today's game. Side, Clark Kellogg, and across the way on the sidelines, David Aldridge. We should be in for a great game here. Clark, it's the Chicago Bulls taking on the visiting Atlanta Hawks.
I'm ready for a good one, partner. Listen to these Chicago fans. Extremely excited to get this underway and see two All-Stars, Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan, go at it. This could be an outstanding scoring contest between these two.
You said it. Buckle in. Clark, part of what makes Wilkins and Jordan so exceptional is how many ways they can get points.
Yeah, they score a lot of different ways, Kevin. Their offensive games are really versatile and complete. They can knock down threes, hit the mid-range jumper, and you know they both can do damage at the rim.
And out there for Atlanta, Spud Webb at the point with Doc Rivers at the 2. At the forward positions, Dominique Wilkins and Moses Malone. John Koncak will be at center. And starting things off for the Bulls, it's John Paxson at point guard with Michael Jordan also at the guard. Then Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant at the 3 and 4. The veteran, Bill Cartwright, in the middle.
The expectations are high for Jordan and Wilkins in this one. They're both exceptional scoring. Threats, and I know their teams are expecting each of them to be the difference makers out there as they try to get the W. He doesn't pass up any opportunities to throw it down.
Oh no, once you give him space to take off, he goes for it. Paxson against Webb. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Pass to Rivers. Shot clock at 6. Fires from the wing. That one, no good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. You know, often, Clark, it's the team's respective leader who sets the tone for their whole squad.
You are correct, partner. So if Jordan or Wilkins can manage to get off to a hot start, that could spread to the other guys and get their whole team rolling early.
That's a good point. Here's Webb. After the made shot from Michael Jordan. A nice shot by Rivers. Obviously, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, Clark, both apply great defensive pressure. You know, but the Hawks have some fast hands and some nice defensive skills of their own.
Yeah, that's right, Kevin. I mean, you think about Doc Rivers. If the Bulls aren't careful around Rivers, he could create a lot of havoc and force a bunch of turnovers. And in a contest between two very high-scoring teams, we know every possession counts.
Yeah, Rivers is like a coach on the floor.
He really is.
And now for a little background on this superstar matchup, here's David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Jordan and Dominique have met up in the slam dunk contest twice, each winning once. It was just last year that Jordan won over Dominique in one of the most talked about and controversial dunk contests ever. I know fans are hoping we'll see the tie-breaking contest between the two someday. Maybe they'll settle for tonight's game. Back to you.
David, I can see it in my mind's eye. Those two going at it. Clark, no question. They're two of the most skilled dunkers in today's game.
And, Kevin, it's just another thing that makes these meetings so electrifying, so must-see TV. Hard to beat getting to watch two gifted scorers like this go at each other.
And the athleticism is right just off the charts. The #1 objective, Clark, of this Bulls defense has to be limiting Dominique Wilkins' looks. They've got to contain that incredible scoring of his.
Kevin, you're all over it. Right on point. I mean, if Chicago can't disrupt his usual scoring, then they're in for a long night and some real trouble.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
Shooting too many blanks in this one to stay close.
And Atlanta has possession, trailing by 4. He lobs it up. And Grant sends it back.
One of the better defenders in this game. Grant teeing off on that one.
And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
Boy, I like the fact that's intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be in their face all night long.
And the Hawks making a change here. Willis is checked in. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. To the inside. And it's Wilkins. That time on the assist by Spud Webb. You know, Clark, in some ways, this game could come down to either Jordan's or Wilkins. And who scores the most? Outperforming the other could seal the game for their team.
And, Kevin, that's exactly what we'll be keeping a close eye on. Which one is leading in the point column? Because I agree the winner of that duel very well could decide this thing.
Oh, what a duel it's going to be. Here's Rivers. The Bulls getting the bucket. And out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Chicago making some changes. Bill Purdue's checked in for Cartwright. King comes in for Horace Grant. And Armstrong subbed in for John Paxson. And then for Atlanta, Carr comes in for Malone. And it's Tony in for Spud Webb.
2 minutes.
Wilkins outside. The quick look, no good that time.
Total breakdown from the defense there. I mean, he'll usually take advantage when that's the case.
And Jordan slams it home.
Boy, you love the swagger in MJ's game. Going up high and throwing it down hard.
There's 1:40 left in the first quarter of the game. Passes it to Willis. Down low. Here's Tony. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around. Clark, I know the Bulls are hoping for big things this year after making it all the way to the conference finals a season ago.
You know, I think Chicago proving they can handle teams like these Hawks could be a really good sign for them as they look to become a more dominant and consistent force in this league.
Wilkins wide open, and he fires. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Bulls leading by 4. And here's Jordan outside. That doesn't go either for Jordan. All right, Clark, they can go 2 for 1 here.
Yep, and I think they should. Time it right, though.
Rivers against King. Rivers can't get it to go.
Just unable to get into any kind of rhythm this quarter.
And it's Pippen in the corners. And again, Chicago, no good. The Hawks trail by 4. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. It's Tony on the wing. Pass to Wilkins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Jordan. And Wilkins gets it to go.
You know, because of his bounce off the floor, Dominique rarely doesn't get a clean look, even with the guy closely guarding him.
Chicago, Atlanta. It's a special matchup. And these fans feeling a little extra electricity from Michael Jordan in this one. Michael Jordan getting it done for the Bulls.
The Hawks.
Willing
10.
Welcome back, everyone, to Chicago as the second quarter gets underway. It's been an exciting game so far between the hometown Chicago Bulls and the visiting Atlanta Hawks.
For the Bulls, they've got a new coach at the helm this season. With Phil Jackson, this is his first stint as a head coach here in the NBA.
Jordan is out there with Paxson. Then there's Pippen. Then it's Cartwright. And it's Grant in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor for Chicago. Jackson, of course, a former player, a former assistant under Doug Collins in Chicago. And Clark, I hear he's got some interesting ideas when it comes to on-court strategy.
Well, Kevin, you know, he's certainly got some good pieces to test those ideas out with. There's no denying that. But what I think matters most is that the guys seem to relate to him and like him. Chemistry between players and head coaches is critical.
Well, you know, you played a long time, and you know how important that connection can be.
That's a very key deal.
Clark, how do you think the Bulls have done so far in defending Dominique Wilkins?
I think they've done a solid job, quite honestly. I mean, they've taken away the easy looks for him, and they're making him work for every shot. Kevin, that's really all you want to do against a great scorer like Wilkins.
Yeah, make him work for every bucket. That's a good point. The Hawks trail by 5. Rivers gets a wide open look. Basket is good. The assist from Webb. Rivers has got 5 points so far.
Great idea to pull up and take the transition three there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.
Pippen down low. He's guarded by Rivers. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one. You know, looking back at the opening quarter, Clark, Jordan managed to stay ahead of Wilkins in points scored.
Yeah, really good start for him, Kevin, in that regard, but can he keep doing that the entire game?
Right. Smith checked in for Rivers.
I think what you most appreciate about Pippen, at least I do, is his versatility. I mean, he scores it, he rebounds, he passes, and he defends at a really high level.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Well, these timeouts so big for these players to collect themselves. Drink some Gatorade. Hydrate. Get that little bit of rest.
It's so important to have the energy in the fourth quarter, and that starts with timeouts like this, making sure you get your fluids, because you know you'll lose pounds of water weight during the game.
Was shot by Wilkins, no good. And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. It's a 5-point game, and he gets the bucket.
Hey, the defense has the right idea there, but Jordan has the skills to overcome the contact.
Here's Webb. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Well, you got to appreciate how consistent these Atlanta Hawks have been. I mean, season to season, even while going through some roster shakeups, they've been steady.
Smith, the pass to Wilkins. With the drive. Back to Smith. Outside Wilkins. Here's Webb, and it's blocked by Jordan.
Boy, much respect for the defense of Jordan. I mean, he gives his all on this end of the floor. I mean, fantastic at getting his hands up to block shots.
Launches a 3. That falls nicely on the feed that time from Pippen. Jordan's got the lead up to 10 now for the Bulls. Haven't been able to stop this run so far.
The opposition continuing to be absolutely relentless.
Smith, the pass to Malone. Back to Smith. Top of the key. And he overshot that one, missing. Clark, as we know, last year the Hawks were able to hit 50 wins for the 4th consecutive season.
And Kevin, I think that speaks to obviously the product on the floor, but the quality of their organization too. I mean, these are players and coaches who just know how to win games.
Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
The interior defense has been very subpar, and I bet their coach is letting them know about it.
Moncak's checked in for Livingston.
John Moncak.
So it's Atlanta now, down by 12. Webb the pass to Concacaf. Good ball movement here by the Hawks. Pippen against Wilkins. Shot clock at 5. Webb dishes to Wilkins. Beyond the arc. Gets 3-pointer to fall. Wilkins has got 8 points.
The Hawks and the Bulls, when you look at the measurables of teams and players, pretty standard for the league, with explosively athletic backcourts and then quite a bit of size down low, too.
The pass to Webb. Here's Concacaf. Pass to Malone. And he makes good on the layup. We were talking about size. Both of these teams start a 7-footer at center.
Yeah, you know, Concacaf and Cartwright are very imposing at that position, Kevin. And then you get Grant and Malone are paired evenly at 6'10". So, hey, there's no way this game is not going to be physical in the paint.
Yeah, it'll be a battle for sure. Let's go to David Aldridge, who has some inside info on the Chicago Bulls.
Hey, Kevin, when you talk to the coaching staff and you say, what's the key to success against the Hawks, they have A one-word answer, Michael. They expect big numbers from Jordan, probably exceeding his average of 35 points from last season. Back to you, Kevin.
Well, that's good stuff there, David. Sometimes, Clark, the answer is that simple, I guess.
Yeah, you don't have to complicate it, especially when you're talking about Jordan, because he does make it really simple. Although he's not a one-man show, his whole team is going to have to still step up.
And they take pride in that, don't they? Helping this very special talent do what they've got to do.
Yeah, they're pros, and they get their checks twice a month, too.
Right now, Dominique doesn't seem to be having much issue, Clark, working around the Bulls' defense.
And that doesn't bode well for Chicago. I think they've got to get a better handle on him, Kevin. They've got to corral him. If Dominique is just getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, that is terrible news for the Bulls.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Kings checked in for Cartwright. Hodges comes in for Scottie Pippen. And Armstrong subbed in for Paxson. Here's Hodges. And Koncak pulls it down. The Hawks trail by 10. Here's Rivers. And that one drops. Rivers has got his third basket of the night right there.
Doing damage inside. Rivers absolutely fearless. Loves to take it up in there.
Armstrong. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. 2 points. That one goes. And it's the Hawks' ball. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. They get a hand on it. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball call.
And so here's Atlanta. Here's Jordan. Yep, it counts. And it's a 12-point Bulls lead.
Efficiency personified there. Jordan scoring at will, taking over the game whenever he chooses.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside. So welcome back, everyone, to the third quarter of this contest between the Bulls and the Hawks, where Michael Jordan and Dominique Wilkins have been going at it. Chicago with the ball. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game.
And as this second half gets underway, the defensive ability of the Hawks and Bulls only become more important. You got to limit your opponents down the stretch, and both of these teams have the ability to do that. And, you know, they aren't showing any signs of easing up. Their offense looks superb right now.
Second half underway, and here's who Mike Fratello's got on the floor. Moses Malone out there with Koncak. And it's Rivers, then it's Webb, and it's Wilkins, and at the small forward position. We were talking about this before, but Clark, some very capable defenders on both sides of the floor.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, the duo of Pippen and Jordan, so effective at wreaking havoc and forcing turnovers. And the Hawks have Doc Rivers, who can hassle ball handlers. He's physical as a backcourt defender, as well as Moses down low to eat that glass and block shots, too.
Both are fun to watch. Here's the three. It doesn't go for him. Now Chicago takes it the other way. We're going over the numbers from the first half. Clark, Jordan was able to top Wilkins in scoring in the first and second quarters combined.
A critical advantage partner that he worked really hard to get. Not all of his hoops were easy ones.
Right, you're right on that. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Horace Grant at the line for one.
And that one misses.
You know, one of the things you love about Grant is how hard he plays. I mean, not only that, but he plays hard and smart. Little plays like that are big plays. They can make all the difference sometimes. Not boxing out on the free throws, an absolute killer.
Cartwright against Wilkins. Malone outside. Wilkins, the pass to Koncak. Pippen with the steal. So far, Michael Jordan has been getting just about
big time. Jordan giving these Chicago fans what they want with authority.
The Hawks trail by 21. Webb kicks to Rivers. And here's Wilkins from the arc. Kept alive. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
When you think about Michael Jordan, you think about scoring, putting the ball in the basket. But he does a lot of other stuff out there as well, like moving the ball effectively.
Pass to Pippen. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. The shot's good from Paxson.
Coming out of halftime, they're on an absolute tear.
And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Wilkins with it. 12 points for him. To the paint. Here's Webb. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. You know, we touched on it. Last year, Michael Jordan Clark was actually 8th in the league in total assists. He was a top 10 assist guy.
It's not something that comes to mind when you think about him, but it's very impressive nonetheless, Kevin. Shows you what kind of leader he is. He knows he's got to get his teammates involved and work with them for his team to be its best.
Yeah, he's a terrific facilitator.
No doubt.
And that one falls for Webb.
You know, Webb is known for being a high flyer. Despite being just 5'6", this guy can get up in the air like very few can. And he knows how to put on a show. He's an entertainer, a high flyer, but he's also a pretty well-rounded player, too.
Willis, he checked in for Atlanta.
These Hawks have a trusted and capable leader steering the ship, and that's Coach Mike Fratello. He won Coach of the Year for his work with this team in the '86 season.
Yeah, an experienced coach who knows his team inside and out. That's Mike Fratello. Clark, do you think that gives the Hawks an advantage?
I think it could, Kevin. I mean, Coach Fratello will have an easier time seeing what his team needs out there and will know what adjustments best suit this squad.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, I love how aggressive Webb is. Although he's undersized, very much so, he still finds a way to draw contact.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game. And that one falls for Webb. And so Webb nails both of them. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Jordan inside. Working on Wilkins.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Here's Webb. That misses off the backboard.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
The Hawks trail by 19. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And stolen by Jordan. Here's Pippen, and it's Pippen with the jam.
Really crafty play that time by Jordan. Good decision. The defense was locked in on him, so he gave it away.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Michael Jordan really making a difference here.
He's really taking it to him inside. They got to find a way to slow him down.
Who's ready to dance?
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Hill Purdue's checked in for Cartwright. King comes in for Grant. Hodges checked in for Pippen. And B.J. Armstrong has subbed in for Paxson. Carr, he's checked in for the Hawks. Tony comes in for Webb. Clock at 6. Outside Willis.
2 minutes
pass to Carr.
Third.
It's Tony on the wing. And it's King with the rebound.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Michael Jordan rising up. You've got to appreciate a dunk like that, even if you're wearing an Atlanta jersey. My goodness. And Atlanta has possession. Wilkins outside. Willis against King. And Willis gets it to go.
How about the grit Willis plays with? I mean, he's a strong physical guy, able to take some contact and still power through it and get the shot in.
And there's the pass to King. From deep, Jordan. It's rebounded by Carr.
Great shooters rarely miss open looks like that.
Jordan against Wilkins. Got it. Good job in the low post. Wilkins has got 4 this quarter.
Boy, I tell you what, Wilkins is athletic and cut up. Just bouncing off the contact and scoring with that weight room.
He gets it in there.
Keep doing work inside. Close range looks like that will keep your lead safe. Stay on the attack.
Pass to Wilkins. Fires the 3. Atlanta gets it back. Fires for 3. Here's Willis. It's deflected.
Imposing his will on defense. Purdue's teammates love when he makes hustle plays like that.
Here's Jordan. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Dominique Wilkins.
Well, there's a reason it was way off. He got fouled.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. No good on that one.
You know, there's so much that's amazing to me about Jordan, but his endurance stands out. He consistently gets stronger, it seems, as the game goes on.
Bulls making a switch here. Neely's checked in. Then for the Hawks, Livingston's checked in for Willis. And Smith subbed in for Rivers. It's Wilkins on the wing. 6 to shoot. And Jordan sends it back. Here is Hodges. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's Chicago running away with this one. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Welcome back, everyone. We get into the fourth quarter of this thrilling game between the Atlanta Hawks and the Chicago Bulls. And this crowd is feeling it.
As this game wears on, you have to be so conscious of Michael Jordan. I mean, he's got something of a reputation for being a closer, and that's an understatement. He finds a way to push himself beyond his limits to come up with clutch points when his team needs it most.
They've got Paxson. Pippen is out there with Grant. Then it's Jordan, and it's Cartwright in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Chicago.
Once Jordan gets inside with the Rockets, practically all over. He's that consistent at close range.
Knowing that Michael Jordan likes to explode down the home stretch offensively, Clark, think the Hawks might increase the defensive pressure on them.
You know, it wouldn't shock me, Kevin, if they did just that. Just make sure somehow, some way, you don't allow him to put together a run.
The Hawks trail by 20. As we get deeper into this game, Clark, it has been all Jordan offensively, as we can see, leaving Dominique well behind him.
You know, I didn't think it would be this one-sided. I mean, Jordan has just been operating at a totally different level, and Dominique has not managed to match that intensity or production.
You're so right. Looking at who's out there now for the Hawks. Concat comes in for Livingston, and it's Rivers in for Smith. And Clark, as we come toward the end of this game, winding our way toward the finish line, the Bulls are doing all they can to limit Dominique Wilkins' production.
And it's working. They're making a strong effort to keep Wilkins from getting a lot of shot attempts.
A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Here's Webb. That shot is off. Good D by Jordan. The Bulls leading by 22. Stolen by Webb. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Passes it to Rivers. 14 feet away. Basket is good. The assist from Webb. Webb's got his 5th assist in this one.
Very comfortable and confident from this range. Doc Rivers connected.
Pippen with the bucket.
An elite scorer, demonstrating once again how fast he can fill it up. You know, something I like about both of these teams, the Bulls and the Hawks, is the experience they have, the range of experience. I mean, you've got younger guys like John Concac and Horace Grant, and then you've got the seasoned veterans like Moses and Bill Cartwright. It's a really good balance.
Webb can't hit.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Jordan with the bucket.
As they keep expanding this lead, keep feeding him the ball.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. Clark, I've always wondered how valuable you think it is for younger players to get a chance to play alongside more experienced players.
Kevin, I think it's crucial and absolutely vital. Older guys have a way of being able to teach a young star so much about patience and which battles you fight and which ones you let go and how you carry yourself as a pro and all of the nuances of playing in the NBA. Good veterans can help young players set the tone for the rest of their careers.
Oh, that's a great answer. Koncak passes to Webb. Kicks it to Malone. Koncak, no good with the tip. It's been a one-sided affair for sure.
It is obvious and clear who the better team is. And the high-flying antics of Jordan, simply awesome.
Here's Webb. Pass to Rivers. From 12 feet out. Wilkins, no good.
You know, you got a feel for him. He just seemed to buy a bucket here.
Here's Jordan. Count it, good. Jordan's got 40 points.
Enjoying this big lead, and right now they look unstoppable on offense.
The pass to Rivers. And there's the call on Michael Jordan. That's his first foul. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Will Purdue's checked in for Cartwright. Neely comes in for Grant. Hodges checked in for Pippen. And Armstrong subbed in for John Paxson. Then for the Hawks, Kevin Willis is checked in for Malone. Carr comes in for Dominique Wilkins. And it's Tony in for Spud Webb. Here's Hodges. Here's Jordan. Jacks up a three. Offensive rebound. Purdue just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Pass to Tony. 1:49 left in the fourth quarter. To halt the run, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Taking people to school with moves like that.
1:44 left here in the fourth quarter. Armstrong passes to Hodges. Here's Jordan. Buried from 15 feet out. Jordan's got 42 in the game.
An effective score from the in-between area of the court. Jordan doing his thing.
Back to Tony. The Hawks working the ball around. To the middle. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you gotta love that action.
Armstrong dishes to Jordan. Passes to Hodges. Back to Jordan. And here's Armstrong. Pass to Neely. Shoots over Willis. Atlanta with the rebound.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling and he still misses, boy, he wishes he had that one back. Well, they haven't given up. They've certainly not quit. Got to give them a lot of credit for that.
And so Jordan will bring it up for the Bulls. Here's Hodges. Got a piece of it. Here's Carr. It's rebounded by Jordan.
Boy, you've really got to put those away. Especially against soft interior defense.
To the paint, the pass to Neely. Down low, here's Purdue. Good on the bucket.
You know, when the defense allows Purdue to get that kind of positioning inside, there's not a whole lot you can do about it. He's just got too much size.
Knocked loose. Here is Hodges. Shoots over Tony. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
You know, there are occasions when contact doesn't affect the shot. That sure did.
At the line for your Bulls, Craig Hodges.
Free throw good, Hodges.
Hey, when you think of Hodges, his shooting certainly stands out, but specifically his ability to do major damage behind the arc. That's where he really adds value.
And the Chicago Bulls, Clark, managed to pull out the win here tonight with Michael Jordan delivering a terrific performance to overcome Wilkins and these Atlanta Hawks.
48.
Yeah, Kevin, able to beat Dominique's offensive talents once again. Always special, though, to watch these two go at it head-to-head. MJ got the better of Dominique this time.
He did tonight. But looking beyond just the two stars, Clark, as you like to say, this was a team win.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, Jordan cleared and made the way, but the rest of the Bulls did a terrific